Welcome back, everyone. I want to show you the last 4 days of signal results, full transparency inside the actual group itself, which is 100% free to join. Every single trade that we're taking, every win, every break even, and every loss. And you will see just how profitable these last 4 days have been. Again, I urge anyone that's ever part of my signals room to find me deleting a trade, editing anything. How we post is how we act and what we do. I want to take you through the week. I want to show you the signals that we took and what that actually looks like on a chart, just so you can see the profitability and the level of understanding that we have about these markets. So let's just jump straight in. I'll show you my screen and let's get to it. All right, so this is the Telegram channel that I call out my signals in. And you can see that we started the week with a EURUSD buy at 9:13 a.m. and the stop loss was 1.11210. And you can already see there was a few ghost symbols, a few silly faces because this was a loss. Now let's show inside the screen now. So this right here was actually the trade. You can see that within a few minutes we actually hit our stop loss. This happens. I was looking for price to come and take out this liquidity area up here. I tried to get into a trade. I left a lot of room, which was 17 pips, because I knew there was news coming out, so I knew that there would be a bit of slippage. Therefore, if I give my stop loss a lot of room, then it's not going to really affect me if I do take that loss. But you can see that price came in, and on the lower time frame, we reacted. We entered a buy again, quickly hit the stop loss there. Part of the game, it happens, we move on. Jumping back into the signals room, you can see that not long after, we had entered a gold buy at 10:05 a.m. on Monday with a stop loss at 2614.7. We had a nice target set. Now, look what happens to the trade. You can see like the insight from the Telegram there. I just want to point out, this also comes off the back of a beautiful trade on Friday on gold, targeting liquidity. We actually had this target here, but closed a little bit early for a 1 to 9R. Now, moving on to the actual first trade of the week on gold, you can see that it played out and it actually hit our target. But the unfortunate thing here, after we took a lot of liquidity out, support level, a few other confirmations that we need to enter, we got into that trade. But you can see the reason that we had to protect our capital here. After this push, and especially after this second push, we need to protect our capital and make sure that we're not going to make a losing trade out of this. So we didn't actually put our stop loss right to break even, but we made an adjusted stop loss just to here. So we took a small loss on this trade. Unfortunately, price played out exactly how we thought it would, but it was just one of those instances where we needed to do by our rules and we needed to follow our rules and protect our capital. Because if we don't do that and then prices keeps coming back, we're going to take all these unnecessary losses and that's not going to be worth it for us. So jumping back into the signal room, you can see where we moved our stop loss, and unfortunately, the trade went our way, hit our adjusted stop, so that's not a winning trade. So you can see by now, we actually had a loss on euro and a small loss on gold. Then comes New York session. So around 2:24 p.m. my time in Spain, we entered a gold buy with a stop loss at 2619.27. And we can see initially, we had a very good move to the upside. We had a target at 2625.50. So by jumping into the charts, we can see that what does price do? Where's our entry? Where's the time that we're getting in? Where's our stop loss? And where is our target? 2625.50. You can see this is an amazing trade here. And it actually went and smashed our target. Now we had taken out a lot of liquidity. A lot of sellers were starting to step into the market. So what do? We entered a buy. That buy ended up playing out beautifully. These were the targets. We could have had a little bit higher target there to target these highs, but everything played out as it should, and it was a beautiful trade. If we jump back again into the group, we can see that we start to give some analysis on gold. During that time, we actually enter a EURUSD buy with a stop loss at 1.11040, and this was at 2:31 p.m. So you can see here, the trade that we got in, again, we had some liquidity to target. We knew that a lot of sellers were going to step in around this region, so we were targeting that for buys. And you can see that price, after we had a losing trade earlier in the day, same as gold. We had a win on gold around the same time that we had this beautiful win on euro. And the gold trade did a 2R itself. So you can see really, really great trading. And we made up for those 2 losses that we had earlier in the day. Well, 1 full size loss and 1 minimized loss. So moving on to the next day, because of course we ended the day then, you can see Euro hit the target. Beautiful, the gold, I broke that down and sent the analysis into the signal room so they can see why I'm actually taking that trade. Moving over, we asked for some feedback, which we love getting. We love the support. We love people praising us, and really helps us and motivates us, because we don't have to give all this value. We can give signals and that's it. But we want to go above and beyond for everyone and make sure that if someone's going to join this group, they are going to learn how to be a trader and not just copy trades. If they want to just copy trades, they can do that. If they want to be a trader, this is the group to be in. And it's 100% free. All these mentors charging insane money for this kind of stuff, don't worry about that. Join this group because you can see the results. You can see now that we come to the next day. Now this is the 24th of September. So what do we do? All right, we're going to enter a gold. We're going to enter a sell at 26.2950 with a target at 26.23.60. And this is the trade here that you can see. Now we entered this trade on the basis that price was going to take out this low here, as we had a lot of liquidity building up around that area. We entered that trade, but personally looking back at this, there was a small mistake made, and it wasn't accounting for these equal highs that were sitting here, this liquidity. So by waiting for that liquidity, I could have, one, avoided a loss, and two, entered this beautiful sell and caught that right to the bottom, and it would have looked something like this. But it ended up being a loss. Now this trade here could have been and should have been a win, but I don't enter straight after a loss. That's not in my rules. I want to make sure that I'm taking a trade, it's really good, it's worth taking, and we move on. I possibly had maybe a little bit of ego creep in after Monday, because obviously we had 2 wins to back it up in the New York session there. I probably had a bit of ego, I was probably a little bit overconfident, and I probably entered just a little bit too early, and I paid the price for that. I had to watch the ideal trade, which I wanted to take, go in my direction, because it's not in my rules to re-enter trades. Otherwise, we could end up taking a few losses, because the market is always right, and we're not. At the end of the day, that's how we have to look at things. So after that was a EURUSD buy. We had a stop loss at 1.1180, and we had a target of 1.11372. Now again, this was a beautiful, beautiful trade, and you can see the target was smashed. So let's have a look at this on the chart. This is the Euro buy. Again, we were following with the true momentum, but we were looking for manipulations in the opposite direction, and we ended up getting into a beautiful buy. This trade was a 1-to-1.6 trade. It was a beautiful one. It hit the target. There was a 7-pip stop on this trade, and it played out to absolute perfection. Again, price ended up doing this, and we could have said, oh, we caught this 1 to 10. No. We tell everyone when to close. We're not going to say we caught a 1 to 10 trade when it was a 1 to 1.6. We're not like that. We're transparent, we're real, and we're genuine. All right, let's have a look at the signal room now. Of course, beautiful, beautiful trade. Now we had of course, midweek update that was sent into the room along with other lessons and videos in our education channel. Now we can see here that we have a beautiful gold buy, 2651.30. This is on the 25th. So this is actually coming into Wednesday. Gold buy, target, let's go, as you can see. And you can see what happened here before we go into it, but the trade worked out perfectly. Just like that one on Monday, went in our direction, but we protected our capital. By protecting our capital, we moved our stop loss. Our stop loss at break even was hit, and then price kept going. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. We're not mad about that because we need to follow our rules. And this is the trade here on gold. You can see this is our entry, and we had price go to our target. Would have been a 1 to 2.6 trade as per our risk to reward and our target for the actual entry. We were targeting a big trend line across here. We had liquidity entries that we needed to see to get into that trade. We got in, and unfortunately, you can see we had this massive push. Once price came down, we protected our stop loss at break even there. And what happened was price tapped our stop loss at break even, so we lost nothing, and then continued on to our target. Look, it's just how it is sometimes. We got to move on. And move on we did, because at the same day, we actually called out this EURUSD buy with a stop loss of 1.11768 and a target of 1.12814. This was at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday. And you can see the trade here. It's a beautiful entry. We had liquidity taken out. We had liquidity to target. We saw that we had our little manipulations at our areas where we knew that there'd be a lot of sellers stepping in, And what did we do? We go in for a buy. We had a 10 pip stop on this trade and it flew very quickly. It was at a 1 to 2 here. And I said to the signal room, I actually did a voice note. If we look, I just did a voice note here. And I basically said like, this is an extended target. So what we actually did here is based on the fact that we thought price was going to, and still is going to actually take out this whole area here. We actually had a 1 to 9 target there. But what I said was, it's an extended target. It's not really how we trade. So I would recommend take some money off, 50%, 75%. If you're happy, all of it, right? You don't have to hold that whole trade. You can see it maxed out at a 1 to 2.5. This was around the time where I said to close it, or close some, or close most, and then continue on with our day. Now for me, I ended up closing a 2% win on this trade, which was pretty good, and then kept moving on from there. So what we can see if we jump back into the signal room, that was my voice note, is today's trade was a gold buy, 26.59.20 stop loss, and 26.65.30, as you can see another one, because price started to move. Yes, it is a crazy week. Told everyone to move our stop loss and then close close to the target. Now, I didn't actually close at that full target. Again, this is the trade. We had some structure stepping down and we were targeting this whole area, which we saw as huge liquidity. This was our target for the day. Again, we can hold an extended trade here. There's nothing bad in doing that. For me, I like to be short and sweet, in and out. If I've secured my money, I'm securing the whole trade majority of the time. What we got is our beautiful entry criteria that we wanted to see. Had a 20 pip stop on gold, as we do, and a 1 to 1.95 target. Now, price started to move up and actually took the liquidity from this high. That is when I signaled to close the trade right there, because at the end of the day, price can take out a high and then whip in the other direction. Even if we're right, even if price ends up coming up here to our target, it can sometimes do something like this where it whips down, takes us out, and then goes to our target. So I don't want to be in that trade anymore. I just want to secure my money and get out of there. As you can see, hit perfection. We said, obviously this week's going insane. Not every week can be like this. We're traders. We have up weeks, we have down weeks, but when we have weeks like this, we can afford to, and we're not going to do anything, take any silly trades. We can afford to make mistakes. And that's a powerful position to be in, because if you can keep your mind straight and not take silly trades after that, then you're going to keep building and compounding your capital. As we can see now, I posted the breakdown as I always do, and we entered a euro buy. So that euro buy had a stop loss at 1.11367. It was called at 11:43 a.m. Spain time, and we moved our stop loss to 483. So what does that look like on a chart? Well, it looks like this, and you can see that the trade, went okay, but for us, it hit our stop loss, which was at 483, which you can see is really right on break even for us. So again, we knew that there was a big liquidity area here. We knew that we had our manipulations to the downside so we could get into a buy, and that's exactly what we did. We put a 10 pip stop on this trade. It did go pretty well. It did about a 1 to 1.5, but of course, we needed to protect our capital, and that's what we did, because we're avoiding any of this. Even though price has done what we thought it was going to do and to go to our target, it would have taken us out for a loss first. So capital was protected, and we move on to the next trade. But as you can see here, by protecting capital, by taking losses, you could see a few trades where it was a loss, but it should have been a win, especially that one on Tuesday on gold, that sell after the win on Monday, 2 wins in a row. Maybe we got a bit confident, but you can see that when we entered that sell, we could have made that a win. So as you can see by these results, break-evens, losses, and wins all tallied up, we have a 7R return on these trades. This is an insane number, and this just shows the transparency, the consistency, and the profitability. People are asking how I trade. It is not smart money concepts. It is simply liquidity based. I don't think smart money concepts works anymore, or I don't think it works as it used to 2-3 years ago, when every trade that you took on a 1-minute breaker structure would play out. The markets have changed, and therefore we need to change as well. But overall, we're still not done for the week. We have tomorrow. I'll be on the charts as I always am, because I just love to trade. But we'll see what trades shape up. Overall, this is an amazing breakdown of exactly how we trade. And to top this off, we're not just giving signals. We can do signals, and people are just going to join and join and join, because they see how profitable we are, and they see that we're having fun, and they see that we're enjoying doing this and enjoying helping people. However, we're actually providing education alongside that. The members know we have a whole course to teach you how to trade like this, a whole course. Education breakdowns, trade breakdowns, market outlooks, weekly outlooks. We'll be doing an educational Q&A very, very soon in the next couple of days with the members. And I do this all for free. I don't charge you a single dollar. If you want to learn, you know where to go. If not, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I can show you the transparency and that we are so different to any other signal group out there in the world. Most of these signal groups, the traders don't trade. Most of these signal groups, they don't care to give you education because they don't even know anything about trading. They're just pushing free signals. You really need to understand that we're doing things differently here, and we're trying to build a massive community that's going to be with us for a very long time. By building a community that's going to be with us for a very long time, our incentive is to help you as much as we possibly can. If we can help 100,000 traders, that is honestly my mission here, and we will achieve it because we're doing things that no one else is doing in this world, in this space. It's really, really exciting. Stay tuned. But if you did like this video, drop a like, comment, subscribe as well. And I will keep these videos going. I'll keep showing the transparency. I'll keep showing my life. I'll keep showing breakdowns, trades, anything to show you that we're the real deal here and we really do this. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.